Jean-Luc Godard, filmmaker, born 1930, Paris. His films include Breathless, The Little Soldier, The Outsiders, Alphaville, and most recently, Pierrot le Fou. He came to Paris in his 20s to study ethnology at the Sorbonne University. In Paris, he fell in with a group of young film fanatics, including Claude Chabrol and François Truffaut, both of whom were to become famous in the so-called new wave of young French directors.
Last Monday, September 13th, 2022, Jean-Luc Godard passed away at the age of 91 from assisted suicide. Jean-Luc Godard died with 131 directorial credits on IMDb, at least 28 feature films, and worked as a film critic during the 1950s along with François Truffaut. Godard epitomized the French New Wave, which was a highly experimental, often low-budget, and avant-garde film movement in the 1950s and 1960s, which attempted to break French cinema away from what Truffaut called the tradition of quality. It was also a movement of French film fanatics attempting to move the art form forward through relentless experimentation. Godard and Truffaut hated that they saw French cinema as a carbon copy of materialistic and commercialized American cinema that Godard believed served to export American culture and values around the world. So tonight, in honor of Jean-Luc Godard, we are going to be looking at the 1963 film Contempt, starring Brigitte Bardot and Michel Piccoli as a French married couple named Paul and Camille. This is the first film where Godard worked with $1 million budget, and the first one where he cast internationally known stars. American actor Jack Palance plays an American film producer who hires Paul to work on the script for Homer's The Odyssey.
Fritz, that's wonderful for you and me, but you think the public is going to understand that?
The producer is at loggerheads with legendary German expressionist director Fritz Lang, who Godard was a huge fan of and actually cast for this film.
I don't know if you're able to understand it, Jerry. I certainly hope you can. It's a fight against the gods.
It was also a cry of despair about Hollywood film and the inability of the American style of filmmaking to tell realistic stories.
J'aime beaucoup le cinémascope. Ce n'est pas fait pour deux hommes. C'est fait pour les serpents, pour les enterrements.
Godard uses the debate over the true meaning and scope of Fritz Lang's Odyssey to tell the story of Paul and Camille's marriage falling apart, as Camille begins to suspect that Paul is trying to leverage her to get closer to the American film producer. The dissolution of their marriage over Paul's use of Camille as a form of currency is compared to the materialistic and commercial nature of Hollywood filmmaking itself.